All right, Dan here for Argo Comics, where we do not just publish independent comics, we support independent comics. And on this episode, we will continue what we had started recently with this month's books. Um, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you can. Just click that subscribe button, click the bell for notifications so you know when the new videos are up and you can see what new independent comics I have been picking up and maybe run out and get them yourself. And also leave a comment. Let me know what some of your favorite independent comics have been as of late. Uh, I had started here, okay, with Steel Wolf, the Who's Who Steel Wolf Universe #1. This is Angry Bear Press. Uh, yeah, and Eric and Bennett. We had started to go over issue 1, okay, which is alphabetical, okay, taking us from Amazona, who I said is a public domain character. Let's see who we end up with here. Alien races, Vanarans. And let's see, I'm going to guess that, yeah, Gilbert Monsanto probably did a good number of entries here because Gilbert has his arena where we see people commission a one of their own characters for Gilbert to draw, and then at the end of well, usually it's categorized by like perhaps heat wielders or giant characters or whatever. Each round is usually is a theme. I think right now they have a dynamic duo, so it's two characters together. And then when there's a certain amount of those done, there's voting uh, for people to vote on what they think of their favorites, or perhaps people campaign heavily for their uh, fans or followers or friends to vote for their entries. And in that respect, you get a winner. And then we have Gilbert doing a mock cover with these characters. And sometimes the rounds of the arena go beyond that, where we see something like their appearance right now. Pantheon was a round in the arena where we had, uh, I'm going to say, deities, all, or godlike characters, God with a lower G, competing against each other. And then again, there were some winners in that. A mock up cover was made. They made them into a group called the Pantheons, and that happened to actually move into the book highlight from G-Man Universe, uh, or G-Man Comics rather, which is already issue 1 has been out. My own Shazrath of Argo 5, being the Maltese God of Strength. He was in that round, was one of the people who placed and issue 2 here. Okay. Let's see if this is a Mitch Ballard cover. No. Jake Eisenberg. I think it looks like in the corner there that Mitch Ballard probably did that. Did work for me a long time ago. There's a nice cover also. Jake Eisenberg and Tristan McDonald on colors, I'm going to guess. So then this cover, let's see. Trent Medora did this one. And Argo 5 artist Leo Gondam did this inside cover right there. You know, of Steel Wolf. So yeah, that's very cool to see. And it says the inside back cover. Oh, it says back cover, but that's the ad, so it's probably the inside back cover is Jake Eisenberg as well. Nope. Mitch Ballard. Good. It looked like Mitch Ballard, who I was just mentioning. His work here. So the back cover. I don't know if Jake Eisenberg did the Kablam ad originally. Someone had to do it. So yeah, could be him. So at any rate, that would be a credit for that ad. So this, I guess, has newer characters who appeared since the first issue of the Who's Who. Okay, it's our second issue of the Who's Who. Let's see here. And again, you're going to have probably a good number of Gilbert Monsanto entries. And we also have Alex Garcia, who did a few issues of Argo 5 for me as well. All right. I'm going to do this art. Oh, Cody Conyers, okay, so he should probably have some entries. Really great art by him on this Cold Snap entry. Cold Snap, all right. Yeah, it looks like a very cool design. And again, like I said, these are probably characters who appeared Marduk. Anyone ever see the movie Kill and Kill Again? That's there was a villain by that name. It was very it's an old karate movie. I'm sure purely coincidental, but I always really enjoyed that movie. Kill and Kill Again. It was actually a sequel. The first one I don't think I ever actually saw, but really enjoyed the second one, which was on like HBO repeatedly years and years ago. Let's see. Yeah, so we have some really good-looking characters here. Okay, Regolith, who's a Russian agent. Okay, so Steel Wolf is a Russian superhero of sorts, and so you're going to probably have a few characters who are Russian as well. Now it's Angry Bear Press. Now we go to, okay, and these are, I think, except for one, all these books, Indie Planet. Okay, these are all Indie Planet books. So you can go to Indie Planet, grab all these, put them in your shopping cart, combine postage, rather than paying separate postage for each book, where sometimes you do that in crowdfunding. Some crowdfunders, you'll have add-ons and you can save some shipping by getting a number of books at one time. But some of them, you're buying one book, paying a lot of shipping, and now I'm getting all these books in one fell swoop. So Indie Planet with a Y, INDY Planet. You look that up, and well, actually, we just had the ad right here. Oh no, this is for printing of your own comics, kablam. But Indie Planet is where they also distribute it. So if you're a publisher, it's your one-stop shop to print and distribute your books. So this is, let's see. Making sure they're still, I think it's a Baker. Is he calling it Baker Brothers? It was with Bethel at one point. Let me see. What is he calling the company right now? Bigger, Better, Bolder Comics? That's what I'm reading the small print here on the indicia. Yep, Bigger, Better, Bolder Comics. BBB Comics. Can you see that in the corner there? Okay. So Terrence Baker, who runs the ICC Facebook group with his popular character Pink Hammer right there. So let's see, story and art. Oh, Peter Owen. Right. Story and art, Peter Owen. Art, Terrence Baker. So maybe one of them did breakdowns and one of them did the finished art. Also features original characters from Peter Owen, Terrence Baker, James Bethel, B.C. Gladney, Anthony Peterson. Okay, so Baker and Bethel did Consortium, which I had in a past Indie Monster Haul. And now we see this Cosmic Clash Chaos Book 1. I'd actually done a cover for Consortium, but that series may not be continuing. So this is, well, actually they may have just done, may not be breakdowns of one and finishes of others, because it could be just Peter Owen did some pages and Terrence Baker did some pages. So I'm going to guess that these are the Peter Owen pages. Kind of like a colored pencil type look to it. Very cool and inventive. And because I'm thinking this other style here is Terrence Baker. And that is more like a computer colored, like most comics are. So perhaps they alternated pages, which you don't see that all the time. Very interesting. And that takes a lot of setting up between the two creators to make sure the flow is correct, that the layouts look correct on facing each other. Especially here with a double page spread. So it's nice. It's nice to see something a little inventive here, where you're getting not like I said, a breakdown and finishes, but just two different artists, not really trying to even uh, have a compatible uh, art style so that you wouldn't notice the transition. Sometimes I guess here Terrence did 2 pages. And then Peter did another 2 pages. So it wasn't always page by page. But yeah, some nice stuff. I'll be interested to see how it reads. And here's some pinup pre-color and a Peter Owen. Now you see, okay, let me see how this worked here. Back cover. And yeah, like I said, I'll be interested to see how that reads. You can see here when I showed this pinup, there's a blank page here. Yeah, it's always good for comic publishers to note that the books are printed in multiples of 4 pages. So, you know, after a while, if it's 20 pages and you have 21 pages, you still need 3 more pages to make 24 pages. And if you can't go 25, they're not going to be able to print that. You'd have to go 28. So just to keep that in mind when you're submitting a book. I've actually, a couple times where I had a free page, just reached out to another creator for an ad. And, you know, swapping ads is a good way to get both of you a little more exposure by, you know, offering an ad, and maybe they're going to do the same. And then you end up, like I said, with some cross exposure. I mean, you don't have to ask for it as a trade. I had people just offer it, and I don't feel right just, you know, running my ad and theirs. I'm going to naturally run an ad of theirs and mine as well. All right, now the one book here that is not Indie Planet, got a E Presents, which is from Patreon. Okay, it's pretty much the only thing I do on Patreon because it's just a subscription pretty much to a book. You know, I patronize artists by having art done for my books. So even though, you know, I like many artists and I'd like to see what extras they're working on, usually my funds will only stretch to being able to keep Argo Comics and my Thunderzone productions going. So in that respect, like I said, you can go to Patreon, search Yeet. I don't know if you search Yeet in Google, you might get some stuff about the Uso brothers on WWE, because the Bloodline was using Yeet as a phrase in some way. But this is prior to that, Yeet was already coming out. So let's see. It says cost of paper comics. So Yeet presents. And sometimes it's a flip book with 2 covers. This time there's 1 cover. The back is an ad, old style ad. We see Susie Steam as the headliner on this one. I believe this is going to be the last Susie Steam chapter for a little bit, according to Shane Luttrell, who's the creator. But this cover is actually Clayton Merwin. And there's Shane Luttrell's own art for the Susie Steam, Shane Luttrell story. Oh, E. Larry Dobius art. So Shane is a writer. But yeah. Okay, sometimes the Eat has some color, sometimes it's all black and white. Like I said, sometimes it's a flip book. So we get that Susie Steam story. You get a good old-fashioned letters page, which you don't see a lot. Seems like we got one of those ads that used to run in old comics. And then we have another story here with a dark, mysterious character, the Night Shadow. Story and art, Eddie Morgan. Lettering, Alan Boyd. The Night Shadow. So that's a pretty cool looking character. You know, one of those seemingly Street Fighter vigilante type superheroes. I like the design. It's a good looking character. And so we get some pages of that. Got an ad here for the Women of Eats, presents by Eddie Morgan, which is probably a pinup maybe, not an ad. And in that ad, see in the back corner here, that's probably Improbable Girl and Wonder Kitty, who is the next feature. Yeah. J.E. Corrales III. Okay, he's doing the writing and illustrating on this. I have shown you individuals issues of this, so it also runs in Yeet. Joey has a really good sense of expressions and dialogue. I mean, it's a good train, right? Art is no slouch here. Let's see. I mean, they don't get into costume much, but those are the two main characters. Improbable Girl and Wonder Kitty. Let's see. And get that talking cat. Oh, that actually Wonder Kitty in her feline form. Let's see. It's been a while since I read previous ones, but yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of work going into this story. I don't want to show all the pages and spoil anything. We got a Black Fury pinup back here. Black Fury seems to be the most popular public domain character running in Yeet. Almost an unofficial mascot for the book. So that's again on Patreon, Yeet Presents. I have previous issues of this in the Indie Monster Hall Dead End Club. Okay. Created, written, and illustrated by David Chakal St. Martin. And I believe he's a pro wrestler actually as well. So he's a man of many talents. The book I've enjoyed. I was actually moving and packing and cleaning a home to show and sell. I mean, I was doing a lot. So actually, I had to catch up with issues 7 and 8. But happy that I did because it's a book that I enjoy. Let's see here. A little look at the art there. Great art, right? And colors are nice. Lettering looks good. Let's see now. How much is this dude benching? Looks like 4 45-pound plates, which with the bar is 405, which is a pretty hefty bench, I have to say. He's only getting a spot with one finger. So he's a strong dude, and apparently his spotter is a strong dude. See, again, another bench behind them. So this gym has a good number of benches. Cable crossover happening in the back there, a little cable station. Yes, great to see my other hobby represented in the pages of a comic. Yeah, so that. Oh, and you got his little sketchbook section back here. So that was number 7. Chakal Art got there. That's the company putting this out. Now, the next issue here, number 8. No. Is it? Yeah. Chapter. It says Chapter 8, House of the Rising Sun. But I believe it's the 8th issue. Yeah, that's what it is. And we have, I guess this is back to the headquarters. I know that short lady there is kind of their manager. This kind of group of adventurers. Let's see. So here's a little superhero action, which is great to see. Not so much a costume, it's almost like street clothes, but he's getting into some action here, which we all love in our superhero genre comics. And yeah, I'll recommend this book because, as I said, it's up to issue 8, and here I am still getting it. Fearless Dawn Shorts, which I guess is a collection of short stories. Steve Mannion does Fearless Dawn. Again, if you've watched past Indie Monster Hauls, you've seen that I've had a number of his books. Just a couple episodes ago, I had one. So, yeah, I do enjoy Steve's art, humor, just, everything's high production value. And we saw that other book with the 2 varieties of style. Steve's doing it all himself. but he incorporates a variety of style from having, okay, now this is a little more like a painted colors on this story, to whereas the next story is computer coloring, almost just flats, not a lot of toning. So he does really take it, and then we go back to what, I'm not sure what the medium is, but it has a colored pencil, almost Conte crayon type of coloring going on there. So whatever he does, even if it's, I think he did one, well, here's one that's kind of like a grayscale. Whatever he does, whichever he chooses, okay, it always goes to a point. Again, here's just 2 pages where there's that jump from flat colors to highly rendered computer colors. Anything he does, he's doing with a lot of talent. So I'm always just down for, okay, whatever he's putting out. And Fearless Dawn, number of their issues on Indie Planet. Bill Rupp put out Remnant. Okay, what do we got? This one is number 1. Oops. Let me see. We have what this is. So this is number 2. I'm missing that on the cover. This is number 2. So should look at number 1 first. Okay, you got number 1. Bill Rupp, creator. And this is Grok Comics. Grok. Okay, and some of Grok Comics has kind of like a biblical theme. Okay, it looks like we got perhaps angels and God right there. Character with the crust on the chest kind of tells you what's up. Yeah, so very well done. Always an interesting assortment of characters. And let's see. Credits. I'm not sure what the credits are, but looks like these backgrounds are Gilbert Monsanto, probably cropped out from Gilbert Monsanto commissions. Here you go. Who doesn't love a good team shot? Boom. Right there. A whole plethora of cool looking characters. All right. So yeah, there's a number of creators involved here. I'm sure there's, all right, here we go. Who did what? So you do have a, right over there, kind of a guide as to who did what here. And now this one, I guess this is an ad for number 3. An ad for Remnant number 3. Yeah, so we got another little story here. Writer Bill Rupp, artist Carlos Rodrigo, colors Faria Pillai, who's done a number of Argo 5 issues, and letters Alex Schirkenbach. So that what we're talking about here. Okay, another story that's in this issue. Looking good. And we have, like I said, issue 2. That's issue 1. Issue 2. All right. Story Bill Raup. Art, Carlos Rodrigo. Colors, Brian Magne. Letters, Alex Schirkenbach. Editor, Karen Brandreth. Okay, so that's your group here who did this story, and it's nicely done, right? That's some good looking art there. Let's see if there's any other surprises in this issue. Yeah, you see? We have a little backup story. Okay, and the film, which I think those are the angels, if I'm not mistaken. Writer Bill Raup, art Christian Navarro, colors Brian Magne, letters Alex Schirkenbach. So I think that's actually the same. Oh no, it's a different art. But get a look at that style. So again, that's both issues from Grok. Let's see. We had well, here's the Asylum Mania. Wait, the Asylum Antics. Asylum Antics. The Asylum Antics off our meds. Okay. Issue 1 says mature reader only. You know, it's more of a cartoony style, and this was perhaps maybe released online in a cartoon style. Chris M. Cantrell does this book. And I had an issue which was like an Easter special, which was very good. I enjoyed that a lot. So I figured, let me take a look at their Christmas issue. So you can see, I think that character is a vampire on the right. We have a Christmas elf there, and then we got, I'm thinking the main female character of the book. Yeah, it's more of a cartoon style art, but you know, more in the line of comic strips than comic books. And I would say it's well done. So type of thing that you gotta kind of read and see if the humor hits for you or not. But like I said, I really enjoyed the Easter issue that they had done. Let's see, Paneltastic, I guess is the name of the company. That's what it says here. Just printed in the USA. Doesn't really have a company name. But the 11th, oh no, the 17th anniversary of the Asylum Antics. So there are other issues, again, all available on Indie Planet, the last Indie Planet book. Sol de Plata. Okay. Let's see here if we have the credits. Uh-oh. I thought this was an English edition. It is in Espanol, and although I am part Espanol or España, I no habla Espanol. So, let's see. Evelyn von Eckenbrecher, it's a writer, one. Oh, I'll just let you go with this. Credits here. Okay. So I guess this one is just for me to enjoy the art because I could have sworn there was an English edition. I'll have to go back and check it out. But this is, see, and this is how we roll on the Indie Monster Hole. I don't really look into the books. I did like the art though. I don't really, yeah, prepare anything. It's kind of like a haul video, just off the top of your head. But as I said, probably looking through this, I'll enjoy the art, but I'll end up with mucho preguntas as to what is actually going on in this story. So, well, at least now you watch the Indie Monster Hole, and if another language book is not your thing, now you've been forewarned. But there might be, I know this company, I think, did a few releases, so I'm not sure. Like I said, I thought there was a, I can't be sure if I thought that I might have clicked on an English version, but if not, now you are forewarned to either, make sure that you're clicking on that or seeing if that's even available. So, which maybe I was off on. All right, so that'll do it for part 2 here of our Indie Monster Hole. Again, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Simple. Go down there, click like, it's liked. And then also you can leave a comment. Maybe you've read some of these books. Maybe you're involved in some of these books. Maybe you're doing your own book. All comments are welcome. But please, just like I said, tell a friend, get some eyes on these videos, get some eyes on these books. These creators are working hard making these books. So it's really something that we want to support and help get some exposure for them. But until next time, we'll see you on another Indie Monster Hole.